good? You good? Yeah, okay. All right, so far I'm live, so that's a beautiful thing. I'll call you back when I get to work. All right, love you. All right, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Franchot Pierce, and I am on Franchot Blue. And that's a miracle. That is a miracle. I'll take the miracle. Um, I forgot to reset my phone, people. That is my Wi-Fi. But anyway, can you guys hear me? Thumbs up. I know my girl is watching, but you guys can hear me? Can you guys hear me at all? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Sound check. Thumbs up. That means you guys can hear me. Sorry about repetitively asking the same question, but I'm looking as I'm driving, so somebody post yes. Sound check. So sound check. Good. You know, if I can get that verified, I'm good. I want to talk about what's going on with my channel this morning. It is what it is. It is what it is. Put my big boy pants on. So the last person, okay. Hello. Okay, you can hear me? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so what happened was there was a delay. When you're driving, I guess the signal is not strong enough. So yeah. So yeah, people, praise God. I'm gonna praise God in and out of season. Hopefully this will be my last battle on YouTube. I am in the middle of fighting a strike, okay? And the strike was put out by Blaze, okay? Most of you guys know Blaze. I'm gonna repeat this for the next 30 minutes as I go to work. The strike was put out by Blaze. I gotta put my big boy pants on. You guys know how I can get. Y'all know how I can pop off. And sometimes when I pop off, I might say it the wrong way, but I mean well. But I'm gonna give you a quick story, and it's true. The other night, I called Blaze for some advice when I was doing a video trying to figure out Trump's lawyer versus the other girl, the movie. And we had been talking on and off for hours anyway. When I called him, I kept telling him, I said, look, I got a gourmet meal going on, right? And I says, I ain't seen my baby in 5 days. I don't have no reason to lie, and I ain't trying to lie. Again, I done put my big boy pants on. I'm in the middle of fighting a strike. I told Blaze, I'm like, you know how you can insinuate and tell the person, look, I need to go? He wasn't hearing that. Me and Blaze are a lot alike. We get bullheaded. When we want to do something, sometimes we don't listen. But I would say for the most part, my experience tells me if somebody tell me I'm with my woman and I ain't seen her in 5 days and I'm fixing a gourmet meal, that's your hint to leave me alone. And he didn't want to get off the phone. He kept saying he want to talk, he want to talk. He gets like that sometimes. It infuriates me, but I dealt with it. And my woman was intrigued by what he had to say. And, you know, she know I didn't like that because I hadn't seen my girl in 5 days. I'm busy, she busy. And one thing led to another. We finally got out of the conversation about an hour later, but I had my phone still on and I said some things and he heard it. Now, it might not have came out, evidently it didn't come out right, what I said, but here's the thing. Most of you all know that I've been promoting Blaze music so we could have a ministry for 7 months. Every time a music video was done, Blaze did that on his own without asking me. He was inspired and he said, led by God to do a video with me in it. Keyword, me in it. Now, does that mean it's half my video? I would say to a certain point legally, yes. That's common sense. But, you know, I got to go with the legal part. If somebody takes your video on YouTube and puts music to it, and then you help promote their channel, I think that's an agreement, right? I think that's a relationship, right? And no matter if the relationship is terminated, you don't have a right to go then and report to YouTube that I was in violation of a community strike. That is, I used your stuff. That's an outright lie. And y'all know it. Y'all know it. I'm gonna put my big boy pants on this morning. I'm not worried about it. I've thought about it, and I'm like, the worst thing that happens is that I'll be off for the next 7 days. It is what it is. Do I regret that I said what I said? Let me put it to you like this. I'm 65 years old. I have a lot of experience. I love my woman, period. When I tell people on the phone, I'm fixing a gourmet meal, and I'm going to be with my woman, and I ain't seen her in 5 days, you should have the common sense to get off the phone. But he didn't want to get off the phone because he always wants to make points about other things. It had nothing to do with music on the phone that day, that night. It had everything about him philosophizing. Now, let me tell you something about Blaze. He is one of the most multi-talented, youthful persons I never met. I've never met Blaze. I finally got a picture of him 2 months ago. I know what he looks like. But I've never met Blaze. I've been wanting to go see him, but we just didn't make it happen. But for him to go after this channel, which is our channel, and to me, God's channel, that's a low blow. And if you listen, Blaze, you wrong. And two wrongs don't make a right. Yeah, I popped off, and my phone was on, and you heard some things. But I've been telling Blaze, like anybody else, I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman, people. I'm a businessman. I work 2 jobs. That is YouTube and a 45-hour week work at another job. My time is precious. You feel me? Like your time is precious. I'm not wasting your time. You don't waste mine. I'm not going to be on the phone with somebody 2 and 3 hours philosophizing about things about the world. I don't have that kind of time. Every night and I'll take time and talk to you, but I'm not going to take that kind of time. So to me, he infringed on my space, and it made me mad. So here's the thing. We had a business relationship that went sour because I popped off and my phone was still on and I didn't know it was on. It is what it is. So now I got to fight YouTube and let them know we have a business relationship. You can't get me on copyright if I'm on the video and he used my video without my written consent, but tongue in cheek, he did have my consent because we was in business together to build a ministry. The problem I've always had with Blaze is this. We disagree on the fundamental ways to promote the business. I'm 65. He's in his 20s. I can't tell you how many times I told him, shop the music, put it on Spotify. You can't do it on YouTube. You guys have said the same thing. That's a business decision. That ain't personal. You feel me? That's business. And I told him, I even gave him videos of Christian people who said they were looking for new Christian artists. I led him in the right direction. I don't have the technical skills, but I led him there. He didn't take me up on it. So why am I going to keep spending time with you on the phone philosophizing about whether or not the Bible is tampered with and other? I don't know. I do 2 to 3 videos a day. I'm a busy man. I need to spend time with my woman, and I got a full-time job. The only thing that attracts me at my age when it comes down to business is that you got a business plan. And anybody who understands business will understand where I'm coming from. I don't have the technical skills to get the music done. If I had the right person, I would have had a CD out. And I kept challenging him on it. Put it on Spotify. Shop the music. We can get a record deal. He didn't do anything. So you know what, over time, I stopped calling him. Why? Because if you not going to do what I asked you to do, and you taking my lyrics and you putting my face on music, and I'm promoting you on YouTube, and all this is like what I did in my 20s and 30s when I was in the music business, you wasting my professional time. That's all I'm saying. And I think I got a right to feel like that because I don't have a lot of time. And all he had to do was shop the music to see if it was good enough to get out there. And what you have to understand is that this is a ministry. Part of ministry is doing the business. You creating beats in your house and creating videos on your house and putting my face on there and me praying and doing things to uplift the Lord and help you guys and edify the Christian walk. If you just go put it on YouTube, you wasting my time because I can do that by myself. You feel me? I can do that by myself. There are 1,000 people out here doing music. That level of the music business does not impress me. What impresses me is that you have a business plan and say, we're going to do the music, we're going to take your lyrics, we're going to take your preaching, I'm going to put it to music, and then we're going to take it to the next level and put it out there like other business people do. That's all I wanted him to do. He never did it, and I won't get into the reasons why he said he wouldn't do it, but I wasn't having it because at my age, you're not going to waste my time. You're not going to keep creating videos, put my face on there, and we're not going to make this happen. So we had about a 3 or 4 month layoff where we didn't do no music, and all of a sudden he did that video last week, which is a beautiful video. And then he's like, okay, I'm ready to do music again. Okay, where's your business plan? You gonna shop the music? Because as I read you guys' comments, you guys wanted a CD. At least a CD with 3 videos on it. But he wouldn't do anything. Well, that frustrates me as a business person because I've put time into the business. I've done my part. You do yours. So we fundamentally disagreed on that, number one. Number two, I popped off and the music was, and my phone was still on, and you heard me say some things. And you know how I can get. I popped off. So it made him mad. So now he's going after the channel and he's lying to YouTube, telling YouTube it's copyright. And I will show that later on if I'm able to. You can go on Franchot Pearson. I showed it. It says Blaze Music and it says copyright infringement. He lied and basically told them I stole his music. Now, how in the world you gonna do that to me, Blaze, if you listening? How you gonna do that? How you gonna go out in the general public as a Christian? It's one thing for us to disagree or may semi-argue. That's a personal thing. But how you gonna go to YouTube to hurt the channel because you want to be vindictive? That ain't right, man. That ain't right. And that's what he did. He went and told YouTube all the songs that he did with my face on there and my preaching and my work. What is he saying in so many words? He's saying that it's a copyright infringement. The way I look at it, he's telling them I stole his music. That's wrong. That's wrong all day. Hey, tell me if I'm right or wrong. And I hate to put our business in the street, but CC started it. Y'all know how I get. I'm gonna tell my side. You're not gonna throw me under the bus, baby. You literally took excerpts of all my videos and you put music behind it. That makes me co-author of the music, the way I look at it. So now you're gonna go to YouTube and tell them it's a copyright issue that I use this stuff without permission, and you all up in the chat? How you gonna be on the chat telling people thank you for the music, and then 2 hours later you gonna put in a copyright infringement on me? Come on, brother, get real. And the second problem that I had with Blaze is this, and I want to craft this just right because it's the truth. We have a fundamental disagreement on Christianity. Period. We have a fundamental disagreement on Christianity. So let me just say this. I believe Jesus died. I believe he was the Son of God. I believe he rose from the grave. I believe he sacrificed his life. And I believe he's coming again. Now you fill in the blank. I didn't say that in what he believed. What I'm saying is I'm telling you what I believe. And anybody who doesn't coincide with that, look, at some point there is a ripple in the relationship, okay? So some people believe that Jesus was just a man. I don't believe he was just a man. Some people believe that Jesus was a prophet. I don't believe he was just a prophet. He is the Son of God. And I would die believing that. So, again, we got fundamental different. And the thing about it, I was trying to get him to understand. But he said it. If he say I'm lying, he lying. We both believe to a certain extent certain things were tampered with the Bible. I think I've said that before. But there's enough in there to let me know that Jesus is the Son of God. Jesus is the risen King. And I was trying to get him to understand my beliefs. We just have a fundamental difference. But yet, he's blessed with a talent. And that's what's so confusing about it. Blaze is blessed with a talent. God blessed him with a talent. But in my opinion, look, you can't philosophize this thing. You can't philosophize Jesus. You can't philosophize this Bible. And to me, he always wanted to talk about different stuff and all history. I get that. We can all learn lessons. But the bottom line is, the heart of it is Jesus. If you can't talk about Jesus, and what he did, if you think that, and I'm not saying that's what he's saying, what I'm saying is that we got people out here on the planet that don't understand this walk. Jesus is first all day. And like I told my baby, when you dismiss Jesus, you might as well get rid of all 66 books of the Bible. And that's the fact. But right now, luckily I can do a live now. I don't know when this strike goes into effect, but I'm supposed to have a strike. I got up around 4 o'clock in the morning and I had a little bit of headache. So I took like a fourth of a Excedrin headache pill. And something told me to go to my YouTube, and there it was. I got a strike because Blaze said that the music that I put on my show last week was a copyright issue of his music. Are you kidding me? Why would you lie like that? It's one thing for us to get into it indirectly sometime, and sometime we disagree, because we have intellectual back and forth all the time. You know, in fact, I think it was fun for us to do that because we both learned. He's a very smart man. But now you want to go and hurt the channel because I said something? Irregardless of what I said, I got to put my big boy pants on. So the worst thing can happen is that I'm going to be off YouTube for a week. But after this, I would never, ever get involved with anybody in business on YouTube again. I've learned my lesson because it's burnt me twice. It's burnt me twice. It's burnt me twice. I'm going to leave people alone because you don't know what you're dealing with on this internet. It's crazy out here, y'all. It's a war. Because I'm the kind of person, if I get into it with you professionally, I'm not going to hurt your business. Why would you go, Blaze, and tell YouTube a bold-faced lie? You should have told them the truth. The truth is, you and I had a music ministry. And now, you know what Blaze did? You know what Blaze did? That night, something told me. I went on his channel. He took down all his music. He did that 4 days ago. But if he was smart, he should know that YouTube can go in there and pull his channel back up like that. And they'll be able to see that him and I had a relationship. So that music isn't all his. All that music is not his. For him to tell YouTube I used his music and that's a copyright and now I got a strike, that's a lie from the pit of hell. And he needs to repent from that. It's wrong. So he told YouTube an outright lie. So the worst case scenario is this. The video that he did last week with me on it, keyword me on it, me at the beginning of the video and me at the end of the video, that's the only video I have on Franchot Blue. So that will give me a week off if I can't win this thing with YouTube. However, I have 2 strikes on Franchot Pearson. He went to YouTube and he took all 7 songs and told YouTube that I stole his music, basically. And he's supposed to be Christian. And I got the receipts. In my mind, it means I stole it. If you telling YouTube that I used your stuff and it's a copyright infringement, and you and I got a relationship and a music business, where you using my words, my preaching, my lyrics, and then you put music next to it, Blaze, that's not all your music. That's not all your music, buddy. When you got vocal with music, that's called a joint effort. And I could get a lawyer, and I know I would win because you costing me money when it really come down to business. But, you know, I ain't that kind of brother. But, hey, it's going through my mind right about now. You gonna sit up here and go after the men. Think about it, people. You going after somebody's ministry because we got into it? When I asked you several times to take the music ministry to the next level, and you wouldn't do it. If I had the sophistication, I would have done it, but I still would have needed his agreement because it was a joint venture. So I couldn't do the music on my own. The only thing I could do was put it on YouTube, of which he said it was okay. And he's all up in the chat, praising the Lord, telling y'all thank you, how good the music is. But then now he's telling me it's a copyright issue. Come on, man. That ain't right, Blaze. That ain't right, Blaze. I'm calling you out, brother. You need to go back to YouTube and make this right. You ain't right, brother. You ain't right. But I'll put my big boy pants on because I already figured it out. I already talked to the Lord about it. The worst thing that could happen is that I get 7 days off. But it's okay. I'll be back. I ain't going nowhere. But I got 2 strikes on Franchot Pearson, which means if I get 1 more strike, I lose the whole channel. Can you believe that? And I got 1 strike on Franchot Blue. By the grace of God, I'm doing the video now. Maybe I misinterpreted the strike, but it says strike. Strike means strike. That means a week off. So I'm able to do this video tonight. I'm able to do the video now. I hope that I can do my video at 6 o'clock. Hopefully I misinterpreted what it said, but I showed on Franchot Pearson what it said. It says strike, and it says because I used his music, it's a copyright infringement. And I'm like, his music? How can that be his music? He took one of my videos and my prayer and my lyrics and put music with it. No, that's our music, YouTube. He's lying. And if I can get to the right YouTube people, they're going to see we had a business relationship. So then they can reinstate me and take the strikes away. But people, let this be a lesson to you. If you get involved with people in business, sign a contract. And I know better. So I got to put my big boy pants on. Shame on me being mother love, trusting people, because I've been burnt before in business. Don't get involved in anybody. I don't care how good the product looks. In this case, the music is. I don't care how slick they talk. And I'm not saying he was talking slick. What I'm saying is that, for example, I don't care how they try to sell it to you. You get a contract and you get a lawyer to approve it. That way you don't get in a position like this. Because nobody has a right to take your stuff put it in musical form, and then use it against you in the future. That ain't right, period. So lesson learned. The worst thing that happen is that for 7 days, you guys won't get any videos out of me. But you can bet I'm gonna keep emailing YouTube and tell them, take that strike away, because it's not right. So that's what happened. Last week when I did a live and I featured the music that Blaze put out there, he was loving it. You and I was loving it. I was singing in the background. We was praising the Lord. Well, after that, we got into it. But even before that, I told Blaze, I'm like, Blaze, I ain't seen my baby in 5 days. I'm fixing a gourmet meal. Trying to tell him, I don't want to talk to you tonight. But he's bullheaded. He wants to start talking about different things about the Bible. I didn't want to hear it. I kept telling him. So after we finally hung up, I must have pushed the button and the phone was on. And I said some things that he heard and he got mad. That's the truth. So I gotta take that. I gotta take the consequences for that. I would take the consequences for that. But it is what it is. People argue all the time. He made me mad because I love my woman and I want to be with her. And he should have had the common sense to take the hint. Brother, I'm with my woman. Brother, I'm fixing a gourmet meal. What part of this don't you understand? But he always want to talk. And whether I'm with my girlfriend or not, he always wants to talk, and he talks for hours. I don't want to talk for hours. I ain't got that kind of time. And the main reason I stopped talking for hours on the phone with him is because as a businessman, as a business person, you are not going to keep me on the phone philosophizing and talking about history, and you and I doing music, and you won't put the music in other social medias. Because last time I checked, even the ministry is a business. And he should have put that music somewhere else to sell it. And he wouldn't do it for reasons he told me that he was feeling some type of way. Well, brother, you wasted my time now. You wasted my time. So I wasn't calling him. But then he felt inspired to call me and get into another song and said, well, Pearson, I'm ready to get back in the game. Okay, fine. But look, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. Again, where is the business plan? Max. That's his real name. Really want to know his name. His real name is Max. Where is your business plan? Where's your business plan? He didn't have one. And he wouldn't do what I asked him to do. So that's basically what we got into it. Because I'm not, at 65 years old, I'm not going to be wasting my time with anybody taking up the little time that I have. If you're gonna take my creative work and put it together in something, then that's called a business. You have no right to go to YouTube after we get into it and tell YouTube, hey, he copyrighted my material. That's a lie, and it's wrong. So now I'm faced with a strike, and it looks like I'll be off for 7 days. It's a shame that we got to get out here and put our business in the street, but I'm gonna tell my side, because y'all need to know what's going on with me. I've done just about everything YouTube asked me to do. I've tried to figure out what to do. Now I got somebody who's supposed to be Christian come after me. That ain't right. So Blaze, I forgive you, but you ain't right. You need to go to YouTube and clear this up. Because you got people on this channel that look forward to listening to me. And I'm not saying I'm all that. But there are a lot of people who want to hear what I have to say. They believe the Lord is speaking through me. So you have no right to take that from them. You have no right. Because if the Lord wants to come after you, hey, I'm gonna pray for you, brother. Because the Bible says, "Don't touch my anointed." That's the way I look at it. So I ain't wishing nothing bad on you. I'm just saying you need to fix this. You need to get that copyright strike out the way, because you're wrong on this. You're wrong for telling them an outright lie, because we had a business. And for you to tell YouTube that all the music that I have on my channel is exclusively your music, no, it couldn't be. No, because you got me in the video. And I used it basically with your permission, and you're all over the chat, which means you give me permission. So people, I got to start work. I'm going to spend time while I'm at work, unfortunately, going through YouTube trying to email them. So you guys pray for me. I'm in this battle. It's ugly, and I don't like it. I don't like this because now we got a fellow person in the Lord coming after you. It ain't right. So the goal is to do my live show tonight at 6 p.m. Central. So look forward to it. If I'm not live tonight, that means the strike has taken effect, okay? Just pray for me. I'll pray for Blaze, but he's wrong. He did me wrong, and he's doing you guys wrong. And he needs to, look, again, I did pop off. I admitted, I did pop off. And, but I was mad. It is what it is. I was mad. But that ain't got nothing to do with him affecting the channel. The channel and me and him getting into it is separate. You feel me? So he had no right to go after the channel. If he don't like what I'm doing, fine. We can break off the relationship. But for him to go to YouTube and tell them that I basically used his material, his music, and I'm on it, that's wrong. So I'm gonna let YouTube, all the chats, they're gonna have pictures of all the chats, and they're gonna see that we had a relationship and that it just went sour. And he had no right to tell them what he told them. All right, people, I gotta go. Sorry that we had to do this on live, but hey, I gotta defend myself. God bless you. We'll talk soon. And again, if I'm not on tonight, that means I got 7 days off. But I'm gonna fight it, okay? Pray for me, and I pray for you. God bless you. And whatever you do, don't get involved with nobody on YouTube unless you got a contract and you see a lawyer. Lesson learned. God bless.